Alright guys, so I've been kind of busy, haven't had time to do many videos, so today's video on the cell phone, going old school. My first video ever was with a cell phone, but obviously a much older one, so the quality was terrible. But I wanted to talk about lawn fungus. I had it in my yard. See if I can show you how nice it's looking now. You still can see a little bit of remnants of it. Here's a blade that has some. Ooh, where's the camera? Here we go. So you can see there's still a little bit, but it's been about 2 weeks, and you can see it's recovering pretty nicely. So what I did is I applied two things. I did the Scott's Disease X at the curative rate, and then also Carbon X, and that was about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because it was on the weekend, so 2 weeks ago. And then the last week we had rain every day, like 90% humidity. It was awful, but you can look now, it's nice. And something cool about the Carbon X, I mean, this area, if you remember, it was completely dead all the way around, but look at how much the grass is filling in, especially this. But there's another rhizome all around. They're popping up, and that really took off after I put down the Carbon X, so I'm really enjoying that. What I like about the Carbon X, and no, I'm not being paid to talk about this, I did meet Matt in person and he talked about it, and I think he genuinely is trying to create the best fertilizer he can, and so he's going crazy sourcing stuff. It was I forget, one of the ingredients was like kelp, sea kelp or seaweed or something, and it's imported from outside the US. I mean, who does that for fertilizer when so many of them have cheap ingredients that you can get, you know, anywhere? But he does, and I'm actually really impressed with the results. So I'm gonna be using that probably the rest of the season. And it's got a lot of cool ingredients. I'm gonna do a video on that later, but I just wanted to show off, because like this is almost completely filled in right here, and it used to be huge hole, and then along the edges of the driveway it's also filling in. So we just had a birthday party and everybody was like, "Wow, the grass is great," right? So pretty cool. So shout out to Matt. Google Carbon X. I'm not gonna put any links in descriptions or anything. It's been a crazy time of year for us, so too much going on to go all spiffy. Look, ooh, look! You can see there's a baby rhizome coming up right there. Ooh, and another one there. See, this is why I love Kentucky bluegrass, because you can be lazy and not overseed the dead spots, and it'll fill right in. Which with kids is a huge deal. So, and then you want to see my wife's roses? I feel bad, but her roses are looking terrible from all the rain. Look at this. I mean, okay, that one looks good, but these guys, they're looking pretty bad. And these guys over here, but she's got a lot of roses going on, lots of flowers and stuff to make it look good for the videos, and I haven't been showing them off. So I gotta do a better job of that. But anyways, that's my update for you today. So if you have lawn disease, my recommendation for most homeowners, you know, there's better ways to do it, but I say put down the Scott's Disease X and some fertilizer like Carbon X or whatever fertilizer you got. It just helps get the grass growing and kills the disease off. So I find that works best. Now there are times when there's better methods, there are products that are better, but for the average homeowner, nothing is easier and more available than the Scott's Disease X stuff. So that's what I tend to use. I do try to do the whole switch it up thing, but let's be honest, I'm not applying it like every 2 weeks. Like you know, you're supposed to apply fungicide every 2 weeks or something. I do it during the springtime when it gets that humidity and it starts to look ugly, and then around here at least it calms down a bit. So I also dialed back the watering, so I told the sprinkler system not to water at all. It's a new smart system, and I'm not quite sure if it was watering or not, because I changed Wi-Fi, and so I couldn't see it, and I feel like I'm rambling now. It's been 5 minutes. But anyways, so there you go. That's what I got for you today. Nothing fancy or special, but I'm like, I don't think I took a picture of it when it was diseased, but you could visibly see it was all browning and oranging and yellowing, and it just looked nasty, but now it looks good. And so I'm happy.